Leaving too soon and staying too long usually come from the same place. And if you don't know how to tell the difference, you'll keep making moves that feel right in the moment, and then they don't hold up later. I want to be clear about this with you because I've been there, not too distant past, and this shows up in really specific ways. Wanting to quit something, feeling stuck in something, and not knowing if it's time to move or stay. So we're going to look at what reactive decisions feel like, what aligned ones actually look like, and how to tell where you are before you make the move. Now, most people think a pivot means growth, like I'm evolving, or I'm listening to myself, or I'm making a better decision. And sure, sometimes that's true, but sometimes a pivot is just a reaction. It's you trying to get out of discomfort, or get away from pressure, or fix something that feels off quickly. And on the other side of that, staying isn't always alignment either. Sometimes staying is just avoiding the move you already know you need to make. So the question isn't, should I pivot or stay? It's, where is this decision actually coming from? And reactive movement usually feels urgent, like I need to get out of this, or this isn't working, or I have to change something now. And there's this push behind it. And if you slow down, it's usually tied to something you don't want to feel. Frustration, pressure, disappointment. So the decision becomes, what will get me out of this feeling the fastest, not what's actually right for me. And those decisions, they can feel good, like at first, because you moved, but they never hold. And on the other side, staying too long usually feels so heavy. It's not urgent, it's just stuck. And you know something's off. You've probably known for a while. But you keep finding reasons to stay. That's not that bad. Maybe it'll get better. Or I just need some time to figure this out. And underneath that, there's usually something you don't want to deal with. Like what happens if you leave? Or what people are going to think? Or what comes next? So you stay, not because it's right, because it feels safer than moving. Now, aligned movement usually feels different. It's not loud, it's not rushed, and it's not heavy in the same way. It's kind of cleaner. There's usually a moment where you just know. Even if you don't have the full plan, and even if it doesn't make perfect sense yet, and this is the part that matters, you're not trying to escape something, and you're not trying to hold everything together. You're just responding to what's actually true. I've seen this in my own career changes, or when people are shifting something in their business, they'll come in saying, I think I need to leave this. And when we take a moment to reflect on what's going on, we can feel the difference pretty quickly. If it's reactive, there's urgency. They want to move now to relieve that pressure. And if it's aligned, it's quieter. They already know. They're just not fully trusting it yet. And once they see that difference, the decision usually gets a lot simpler. It's not easier, just clearer. And if you're in that place where you're trying to figure out whether to stay or move, that's something we can get really clear on. And there's a link below where you can apply to work with me, and we'll look at what you're responding to right now, what's driving that decision, and what's actually true for you, so that you can move without second guessing it later.